Start recording. Okay. Now this is one of the documents. I have already given it to you. Somewhere it is there in the materials. Otherwise, if you all can't find it, next week I'll put it back again in shared folder or something. It is, the the title is like Antigua and Barbuda .pdf. So when you're searching Antigua or something, you search, you should get it. Now this is about testing and inspection regime, which is to be followed on ships. See what happens, we have covered up a lot of stuff, how to use things, etc., etc., what it should be, fine. Now what happens is somebody has to be named who is going to be in charge of maintaining, testing, inspections, etc. Now question comes, what are you going to do? So while searching, I found a very good document, which is from a flag state. So it has got its weight, and it is explaining you what all should be done and when. Weekly testing inspection. Now this is a fairly big document, and it is describing things like here. It is telling you fixed fire detection and alarm systems. What all you should be doing. So weekly testing and inspection. For fixed fire detection and alarm system, verify all fire detection alarm systems can control panel indicators are functional by operating lamp indicator test switch. Now this test switch is there where you just press it, lights up the whole panel. That means all lights are working. Because suppose a light is not working and alarm comes, how will you know where is alarm coming from? So there is an arrangement like this where you press a switch, everything will lit up, so you know lights okay. This okay. This is a weekly test. Then gas, fixed gas fire extinguishing system. Fixed gas fire extinguishing system normally means CO2 because that is one gas which is used, and in future you may see nitrogen based panel. But right now it is CO2. Verify all fixed fire extinguishing control system panel indicators by operating lamp switch, same one like on top. Then verify all control section valves are in correct position, because valves are always set for immediate use. Once in a while on a ship, you get one of the morons, or you call a joker or somebody who does some work, he changes some valve settings and all, it is possible. You get some mad guys sometimes, not totally unknown. And then they will not tell you. And if you have got a system in place, you will know that somebody. Then you start investigating. Who did it? Oh, that guy did it. You catch. एक दो warning दे दो, उसके बाद में guy doesn't change, you pack him off. Fire doors, again, same panel indicators, check all the lights, everything is working. Public address, general alarm, you actually operate and check that everything is working. Now that is what happens is public address general alarm system. Normally, most of the ships will have a weekly boat drill, fire drills, emergency drills. So you use that to indicate the emergency drill. So one way or the other it gets checked. Breathing apparatus, you inspect the whole thing, and there is correct pressure, because main thing is the pressure. Is there right pressure indicating? Because it should not happen cylinder leaked out and you are not aware. Low location lighting system. Switch off normal one and see that this one is working. It starts automatically. Low location systems. So this is just question of switching off main lights and checking it. If you have got water mist, spray, sprinkler system, all alarms are functional, means you do all the testing as given by manufacturer. And everywhere there are some arrangements on panels and all to do the self-testing. So same thing continues. And these valves, again, like I told you, you can have a moron on your ship who changes the valves without realizing, because he went there for checking something, he did it, then he forgot. You get once in a while. So you generally keep on checking this. Now, one method which is used on the ships is we do color coding at times. That means the indicator must be pointing at the right color. Whatever the valve position, it says that means it is open, means it's open. It's closed, means closed. Whatever is a normal position is marked. So by color coding also you can check it fast. Then you have on monthly testing inspections. It will go on. Okay. But first one I read it out because I thought it's good idea to start off. And now you all have to read this. Monthly testing. What happened? Okay, Danish is telling me gas leak happened in Vizag due to valve malfunction. Correct. Now, actually, if you ask me, I don't know what is the reason, but that plant is very old. Okay, it's not a new plant. What I read about it, it is very old plant, which was taken over. So probably equipment is very old. Equipment is very old, and with this problem of COVID, it is possible that their regular maintenance or inspections did not happen, and it ended up probably in malfunction, killing people. That is the sad part. But when equipment is old, this is one of the issues. We had an issue in Mumbai docks actually, and that was also where abandoned cargo. Now there was some abandoned cargo with some gas cylinders. And as usual, once it is abandoned, it has got lethargic stuff going on. The customs are not bothered; they want only money, but they will not allow you to sell it off, saying that there is not enough money, and so on. Because writing of money is more complex. So it just happened that cylinders became too old, lying there. वो 10-15 साल पड़े थे उधर, and some cylinders leaked out. And then there was a lot of panic and all. Then, as usual, meetings took place, and we should do this, we should do that. But in the end, I don't know what happened, whether they destroyed cylinders or no. Now, this is what now Shubham is telling, a fail-safe procedure. Okay, Danish has got, okay, that Shubham was, it did not work, fail-safe procedure. Because probability the people were not there, the plant was not running. And how much time, Danish has got, how much time or back pressure do we test our valves on ships? Now, I can't tell you specifically. We have got everything set up. You know what is the difference between a ship and the industries ashore? Ship, we are not productive industry. We are not under pressure from that. But we have got everything laid out correctly. This must be tested at this interval. This must be tested at this interval. Testing procedures are there. Equipment is there. Pressures are maintained. Like it says, it must be tested at this pressure. Sure. And we have got skilled people. You see, another thing is, regardless of, we all get bad name out of jealousy. On ship, I have never seen a person, probably I don't think I have seen one anyway, on ships, who can be called average or below average in intelligence. All of them are above. Never mind, we may be vocal in criticizing, oh, gada hai. It really means ship staff is good. And if you are with good company, you don't have these issues. And we can do all the thing as per procedure. Now, that is what you see this document is about. Now, this document, what we are looking at it, see, it is describing everything step by step, what you must check. Now, further details you will find in manufacturer's manual. And especially like ETO and all, when they're checking, you see, we generally check only operational purpose. Chief engineer, ETO, they check it for certain other things like pressure, suction, vacuums, and so on. We generally check as a normal operating stuff. Like see, okay, like see this one, this part. Verify container cylinders fitted with pressure gauges are in proper range. Now, leakage detectors also are there on the ships to detect. There are small sensor like thing which you check and see, oh, this is leaking. There are a lot of equipment on board. That is what makes our job special. And our expertise. See, generally shippies don't talk about their job when they are ashore. What we do on the ship, we know. And we believe in something like perfection. Like I told you, there is like we don't like to have any error margins. We don't have extra people. So what we do, we ensure each and every job is done perfectly. When you say yes, it is accepted yes. When you say no, it is no. No place for bullshit around. If you do that, you are going to get thrown out. You're going to get caught, you are going to get thrown out. And our basically ship is a big investment stuff, which doesn't get any help from shore or anywhere. So when it's a big investment, when you're talking of like today, a 20,000 TEU container ship, when she is loaded, she is worth about 1 billion US dollars. Now 1 billion is 1,000 million US dollars. It is huge amount. So all of the engineering that is involved, designing that is involved, everything is taking care of all possibilities which are known to us. And that is why we have got all sorts of things. Now, this is the reason why we have got people on board to do this sort of a testing, checking, ensuring everything is okay. Now, here, I want you all to go carefully through this. Okay, you are not going to remember each and everything, but you will find the common things. The common things you must know perfectly. Okay, and then you will add anything masala as required, because each and everything, again, we don't have manufacturer's instruction, but it is telling you what all generally you should be checking. See, most of the things verify everything is okay, inspect pressure is okay, inspect the pump pressure is okay, the test the alarm, test the lights are working, and like that it is. Now, one of the issues comes up, okay, how do you test foam? If it comes, you have to test the foam. How do you test? The foam solution is sample is taken and sent it to a lab ashore. That lab will do full chemical analysis of it and they will send you the reply. Similarly, when you receive bunkers, the oil is sent somewhere in independent lab who checks it and certifies it and says this is it. According to that, because when you ordered some grade, you must get the same grade. So oils, chemicals, hydraulic oils, everything goes ashore for testing. Similarly, the foam solution also goes ashore for testing. Now, fixed fire detection alarm system, for example. Okay, now this testing. Sample of detectors are tested and that means few samples. You decide number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will be tested. That means all 5 will be operated, checked. Now, there is a test kit for testing detectors. There is a test kit with consumables. So ETO will use it and test it. There is a procedure for it. Then quarterly testing. You will have to work out what best way to remember, because you all know all sorts of formulas to remember everything in your brain. Annual testing. See, when it comes to fixed gas detection, you see how much annual testing is adding up. Annual testing is a big thing, no? Okay, one more thing. We passed it here, so I want to tell you this part is there. Here. Now, recharging system for breathing apparatus, that means we have a compressor on board which we use to fill our cylinders. That is medical compressor. It doesn't use the oil, means it has got a specialized system which filter out oil from the compressed air, because otherwise the compressors are going to use some sort of lubricant. The mist of it will get mixed up with the air, and if you are going to use the air, same air, you are going to breathe in some oil mist in your lungs. That is the reason that compressor is separate, and of course technically it refills at much higher pressure because it is like 200 bars pressure, that is 200 atmosphere. So it is different one, but ensure that when you are checking for this, you check that filter. If specialized filters are used there, they will also have some sort of a checking system or shelf life. They will say that, okay, every year you must change its filter. So this is what you have to remember. Now this is breathing apparatus, but we are talking about recharging system here. We're not talking about just cylinder. We're talking about what is filled in cylinders. There is a compressor. What happened? Earlier days we never used to have it, and during my time only, we started fixing it on ship, because what happens is when you send it ashore for recharging, they charge you. Fine. But the bill is typically like this. Transportation, $500. Charging, $25. So we used to get this sort of bills. So it was realized that why don't we start putting this compressors? It is easy, small portable unit, like your something like, you can say, a bag, what you carry, your luggage, that size, and just plug it in. Other end you connect, it charges. So after that, every ship started changing over, and now today's ships are built with it. Two-year testing, inspections, this becomes more complex. Generally here, you will have shore-based thing. You generally don't do much on board, because the skill may be there, you may not have equipment. So normally 2 years and above, it is done by shore specialists, like here, you see here. Technician specialist familiar with the system. So this is what happens after 2 years. Normally this is done in dry docking, because it needs certain amount of time. And so shore-based guy come, and if you're going to stay in a port, then guy will say, okay, he can do all the CO2 system, but he needs, say, 12 hours. Guy comes on board, he will do the job for 12 hours and goes. Also, since we are on this shore technicians, I must tell you something. Shore technician, when he is coming to the ship, his time starts, where you have to pay him as per time, how many hours, that is his per hour rate is there. His time starts when he kisses his girlfriend or wife or partner bye-bye. From that time, his meter comes down. He is all traveling to the ship. You're paying for his time. When he comes on board, what happens is, you show him what is fault, everything. Let him start working on it, whatever job he is supposed to do. And if he is going to take lunch break, any break, he has to stop the meter running. He has to stop that meter and say, okay, next 45 minutes I'll be eating, so this 45 minutes shouldn't be counting in charges. Because once upon a time, we used to get taken for this. Guy comes on board. Now, two things used to happen. First thing is there was some problem with equipment, and we had radio officers and all those. So you call the guy. He comes on board. By the time our local guy has fixed up the problem, so you say no, you go back, thinking that he's not going to charge, but he's going to charge you anyway. So the trick was, ठीक है आया है और कुछ काम है सब खत्म करके ले लो, get all the testing, everything done. Next one used to be, अरे guy, let's have lunch and all, relax and have lunch. नहीं यार, that guy is charging you for drinking your own beer. So generally you have to avoid this. Okay, coming back to the longer maintenances, 5-year service and all. This is all shore based. Of course, the system is on board, so guy will come on board. So our local expert, like ETO, for example, or one of the engineers, whoever is designated by chief engineer, he has to be with the same service guys, service technicians, to ensure that everything is done. That means he has to know what all is to be checked. Okay, technician will give you report, everything is fine. But his report, how do you know it is factual? So somebody is always accompanying him without interfering in his job, sort of assisting him, learning from him, ये क्या करने का है, वो क्या करने का है, and so on. At times we have one person who is a technical expert with him, and sometimes you need additional one crew member also. Okay, he needs help, give him. But at the same time, we are ensuring the job is done, because after he has fixed up the job, means whatever service he was supposed to give, he is going home. He's home. We are going to stay on the ship. That is the reason we have to be more serious, because we are going to stay on the ship. So if he doesn't do anything properly and just goes, says, suppose take it, how do you know? And this sort of a cheating generally won't happen, because what happens is there are few international companies in this business, Unitor, Drew, and so on. So generally they have got good reputation. But it is possible that the technician may not be very experienced guy, may not be that good, not competent enough. It happens. I have one experience ashore. We had some of the reach stackers, the big machines. They cost approximately, those days it was about 2 crores each. And ours were imported from China, but they were UK, means, the UK company manufacturing in China. And they were using Cummins engine. So my the maintenance manager, he told me this that we have to call him. So every visit of the technician used to be 10,000 rupees plus transportation, means we had to arrange. So guy came on board, he tested something, and our guy was little slack. He was quite slack guy, my manager. So that guy reported, no, there is a problem like this, like that. Okay, then as usual, the agent came, the maintenance service contractor. He came, so we'll have to do this. I was little curious. I said, these are the prime engines. These are like, you can say something like deluxe models. So why should it go spoil so fast? So we had another guy who had a maintenance contract. I called him. So the guy from Chennai. So we had a meeting. So I asked him, I had a lot of questions, because what estimate of the job was 26 lakhs. So I said, how do you know it is bad? No, our guy has tested this, that. So I said, see, you are telling me now that you are going to overhaul the engine, this, that, lot of stuff is there. And I don't understand. Why should it happen in, say, 12,000 running hours? Because it's supposed to run about, I think it was 25,000 something. So I said, how can it get spoiled so fast? So after during discussion, so it was decided, let us have another check. That's what our Chennai guy said. So we call the technician again, but another guy. He checked the system. Then he found there was some sensor which was choked. So, or some filter, something was choked. So that one was cleaned up, and then it was tested again. Everything was found to be normal. Now what happened was, the guy was properly qualified, you can say service engineer from Cummins, but he was not competent enough. He did not have enough experience to check further things. He just checked what he was told, and that was the end of it. Now similar things can happen on the ships. Our problem is we live on the same ship. So everything has to be in good condition for our own safety. So when this 5-year test, 10-year test happen, our technically skilled person has to keep an eye that everything is done properly. So when you go through this document, you will find most of it is straightforward, logical. 10 years means hydrostatic testing. Why? Because things can get corroded from inside. Pressure cylinders may not be able to hold the pressure. So this testing is done. Now this is one portable extinguisher one. This part you have to do it properly, because this is something what we deal all the time. And generally a guy who is going to set question paper will look for something that is done on ship. He is not going to ask you so much on this 5 years and 10 years testing. So far as you know, yes, after 5 years something is tested, after 2 years this is tested, fine. But details will be required from something like this. Portable fire extinguishers, because they are part and parcel of our life. So we need to know portable fire extinguishers better. So this document, go through it. Any doubts, ask me, and you can always put it on my email. Other one, what we have got here is the manual that we have finished yesterday. There are certain things more behind it, okay? Beyond what we finished. If you get time, go through it. If you don't get time, don't bother. This part. This is something more advanced stuff which you will get it under other subjects, especially under cargo work. But keep this document, it is quite interesting for you. Later on, it will come handy. Now, any doubts yet? Hmm? 65 guys are here and no doubts. Everybody seems to be here except our regular guys who are missing. But anybody has got doubts right now? I'm unmuting.
मारे को हॉटस्पॉट तो दे।
किसका लड़ाई झगड़ा चालू है हॉटस्पॉट पे?
पेप्स कौन है ये पेप्स?
हॉटस्पॉट मत देना उसको।
these guys are playing, sir.
Yeah, I know that. Obviously, थोड़ा बहुत तो मस्ती होने वाला है क्लासरूम में.
Ajay Nair.
Ajay Nair is playing something music there. Adyan is always up to something.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Acha, what speeds you all are getting nowadays on Jio?
Sir, 300 Mbps.
Huh? How many Mbps? 3?
Yes, sir.
4?
Sir, 300 Mbps.
No, sir. He's just
300
kidding.
Mbps. Wow. You
They
must be
get
in
that from
USA.
NASA, sir.
No, USA. You must be in USA.
मेरे घर पे तो उतना ही आता, sir.
Very good. So you are the lucky one. Why don't you share that with others?
Yes, sir.
Huh? Find a
Sir,
way to share. Huh?
every company has limited the network, sir.
No, basically what happened, Jio has got a reputation, too many promises.
Yes.
Here, I think, I don't know, I have not checked with the phone actually, because I get my Wi-Fi is okay. But other day I tried out, it was working on phone also. Only thing I don't know whether the Zoom meeting will hold on phone. 7 Mbps if you are getting, your 1 GB is supposed to be finishing. So now you are borrowing it, right?
Yes, sir.
Hotspot. Kitne parents also must be happy, na? You all are studying, you need hotspot and
They are watching us, sir.
Achha, all of you mentally be prepared कि there will be exams on 1st of July. Assuming whatever happens, otherwise there will be alternate solutions. Okay, if you have got alternate solution, you will know it officially. So don't believe in any rumors.
So online exam will be harder, sir.
Huh?
Online exams will be harder.
Let us see how we are going to look at it, because your one luck is on your side is you are not in final year.
Yes, sir.
So one way or the other, the final year definitely no discount anywhere. Other years there may be something here and there. Let us see, because what happens, unfortunately, even we don't have barometer to say that give average marks like previous one. That also is not possible because there were hardly any tests. One test we have conducted. So there is going to be little bit issue. Let's see. ISR will sort it out. But don't believe in any rumors, because you will get lots of them coming up now. Every day there will be new one.
So let's call it off day, sir.
What happens is here also rumors everybody believes in. Right now everybody on social network is announcing they have found the vaccine. Everybody is announcing it. Why? Because mila paisa to mila na, acha hai.
They are saying that Israel found the vaccine, sir.
Yeah. Everybody is going to claim right now. और पानी भी distilled water का injection पे भी पैसा बना सकता है. So it's not. It takes its own time. Now, if you look at it, vaccines, we still don't have vaccine on flu, influenza. We don't have it. There is no vaccine on HIV. So, you think what everything has a ready-made solution? Dala thoda scientist idhar to ho gaya. It will take its own course. You can't really help it.
अब पता नहीं कब खुलेगा सर कॉलेज.
अरे तुम लोग को तो ठीक है. You all are not badly off, no? You can go out of the house, no?
No, sir.
No? दारू तो कुछ नहीं है. दारू तो तुम लोग पीते नहीं है. सिगरेट भी मिलती नहीं है. तो ये
पीछे तो पेरेंट्स नहीं जान देते ना सर.
हाँ,
पीछे तो पेरेंट्स नहीं जान देते.
हाँ, तो अभी technically all bad habits are gone. You are at home, right? You are purified. Huh?
Yes, sir.
I have unmuted everybody, then why Han is not getting?
सर एक आदत अभी भी नहीं गई.
कौन सी आदत अध्ययन?
सर एक बुरी आदत अभी भी नहीं गई.
क्या क्या हो गया? बीबी किसकी आई? Who got married?
सर मैं कह रहा हूँ एक बुरी आदत अभी भी नहीं गई.
कभी भी नहीं गई.
बुरी आदत उसकी अभी भी नहीं गई.
अच्छा, मैं सुनने लगा बीबी बीबी में शादी कभी करती है.
नहीं सर अभी कहाँ सर अभी कुछ नहीं.
अभी एक करके लेने का. अरे फोटो आता है लॉकडाउन में करेगा तो.
सर ये आन है ना रात को बहुत मस्ती करता है सर.
Okay, now I stop recording at least.